Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wasteful Wednesday. I'm David John Sponheim, running for president in 2016 for America's Third Party. You know, the government is wasting tons and tons of money, and today we've got something to show you. The epitome of waste. We've got the USS Forrestal, the Navy's first supercarrier, sold for 1 cent. Look at that. This is a carrier that's been out there and performed in many different war environments. One in particular was historic, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, in which a fire occurred where 134 men were killed. And it turns out the flyer of one of the planes that landed on this aircraft carrier was none other than John McCain. That's right, John McCain, the senator. He ended up crashing, and it cost a lot of people their lives on that carrier. Well, they're selling this carrier for 1 penny. Look at it. In its heyday, it was a terrific piece of infrastructure, and this is what the government does with things like that. They give it to companies to get rid of it. All Star Metals is going to dismantle this and scrap it. It was sold, this 1,067-foot behemoth, to a Texas company called All Star Metals. An inauspicious fate for a ship with a colorful and tragic history. 1967 incident. On the deck with John McCain. Mr. Straight Talk Express. We've got other problems brewing. A U.S. Secret Service agent was found dead. That's right. Apparent suicide, according to a source, but D.C. police are looking into this. Apparently local D.C. police are looking into the White House itself. This man, Rafael Prieto, was under investigation for having an unreported romantic relationship with a foreign national, according to a source. But it's a very mysterious death, considering he was a 20-year career veteran with the Secret Service, marked by accomplishment, dedication, and friendships.
Why?
I'm not sure what's going on in the White House, but look at this. Another cover-up underway. Navy Admiral ordered bin Laden death files purged from the Pentagon. That's right. Associated Press released the nation's top special operations commander ordered military files about the Navy SEAL raid on Osama bin Laden's hideout to be purged from Defense Department computers and sent to CIA headquarters, where they could be more easily shielded from an ever-prying public, or from ever being available to the public through the Freedom of Information Act. Apparently, this is sidestepping federal rules and perhaps the Freedom of Information Act. So what is Obama hiding about Abbottabad? That's been a question I've raised numerous times. And now for the top story, Fukushima. I'm showing you a colorful graphic because it depicts the reactor that they're about to do a risky repair on. Reactor number 4 in the holding cell, holding 1,300 spent fuel rods, 200 of which are actual active and fully charged fuel rods. These things are all stacked together in this little pink area, right there. You can probably see it on your camera, on your screen. The pink area is farthest away from me. I wish I could show it closer to you, but in fact I will take a better picture of that. The area in question is this area. This is a stack of 1,300 spent fuel rods, all sitting like a crumpled pack of cigarettes, vertically. And if they were to open the vessel that's involved, they would unleash an unbelievable takedown of water into the Pacific Ocean. Let me tell you what could happen. This problem is way worse than you could even imagine. I'm going to show you a close-up of the reactor vessel itself. This is it. This is the damage that they're dealing with. And I'm going to give you a close-up of that too, because it's so unbelievably horrendous. This building is the one that was most damaged in the tsunami and the earthquake and tsunami that happened. Apparently that stack is inside this building, and TEPCO, the Tokyo Electric Power Company that essentially is responsible for this terrible incident, they're going to go in there and try to get rid of those fuel rods one by one. Now, if that water breaks, it could leak out 15,000 times the amount of radiation that Hiroshima put out into the Pacific Ocean. This will be the equivalent of 85 times the level of Chernobyl. Now, this is a serious problem. Now, I'm going to give you more information that's equally disturbing about Fukushima. That's the reactor vessel. Radioactive leaks at Fukushima caused by the storm, and this is the 21st of October 2013. Apparently, the storm outside of Japan right now is causing more leakage. Now, they have talked about 300 tons of radioactive water going into the ocean every day, the equivalent of 600,000 gallons or 5 Olympic-sized swimming pools going into the ocean every day. This is making matters worse. Heavy rain at the Fukushima nuclear plant caused a leak of radioactive water containing a cancer-causing isotope and possibly into the sea, as a typhoon approaching Japan threatened further downpours. Okay, as if that wasn't enough. Here's 28 signs that the West Coast is being already slammed, absolutely fried with nuclear radiation from Fukushima. I'm going to show you a map. The map below comes from the Nuclear Emergency Tracking Center. It shows the radiation levels at radiation monitoring stations all over the country are elevated. As you'll notice, this is particularly true along the west coast of the United States. Those darker colors are elevated, folks. So the West Coast is being slammed. They are saying that it could take up to 40 years to clean up the Fukushima disaster, and meanwhile, countless innocent people will develop cancer and other health problems as a result of exposure to high levels of nuclear radiation. Now, they're getting 5 clicks a day in the Seattle area on a plate sitting there out in the open. And plutonium is clicking 5 times on that plate. So if you're standing outside, you're getting plutonium radiation at you. Michio Kaku, the famous environmental scientist, has stated that even one particle of this isotope of plutonium could cause lung cancer 15 years from now. But what's happening is polar bears, seals, walruses along the Alaska coastline are suffering from fur loss and open sores. Last week we reported that a saber-toothed whale washed up on the beach of Venice, California, with major sores along its body from what appeared to be something eating it. Could have been radiation related. There was also an oarfish that was 18 feet long reported in Catalina Island off the coast of LA. But there's an epidemic of sea lion deaths along the California coastline. Look at this. 45% of the pups born in June have died, according to a wildlife biologist at the National Marine Fisheries Service based in Seattle. Lots of things are happening. Sockeye salmon is at a historic low, the salmon take. Something is causing fish along the west coast to bleed from their gills, bellies, and eyeballs. Folks, I'm not making any of this up. A vast amount of radioactive debris from Fukushima, approximately the size of California, has crossed the Pacific Ocean and is starting to collide with the west coast. This is just an amazing series of things. Bluefish tuna has 15 out of 15 bluefish tuna are contaminated with radiation from Fukushima. I'm not trying to make you fearful, but this is a disaster that is going unchecked by our president and could very well lead to a disaster of monumental proportions to the entire world and the future of the human race. I thank you for watching this little episode for Wasteful Wednesday. We bring these episodes to you periodically to show you where our show count is, and we are approaching very soon our 1,500th 3-hour show from 6 to 9. And I got to tell you, this is a never-ending process to talk to the American people and be transparent and show you that the leadership of the future will be open and communicative. Not like Obama. We won't be covering things up. We won't be engaging in firing people and ordering information that should be public into CIA headquarters. We won't be doing any of the things that Obama's been doing. And this is the most disturbing president we've ever had in America. And I got to tell you, if the Democrats could wake up now and impeach him, that would be great. Because we could look for new leadership in a time of need. But right now we're stuck with the 2016 election. And I certainly hope you tell people about what we're doing at America's Third Party. You can tweet at Third Party. If you want to make any tweets, simply send it to us, and it'll help promote us at the same time. Thank you very much for watching.